your name?
Josh.
Huh?
Josh.
John? What's your name, man?
Ernie.
Okay.
Ernie.
Ernie. What's your other name? Josh, Ernie. Kevin? Keith. Kevin, Keith. Renee.
Daquan.
Quan. What's your man name? Amir. Taj. Okay. So who knows what their nationality is? Raise your hand. So she knows. Taj knows. Daquan knows. What's your name again? Joshua knows. What about y'all? Renee, what you got? Huh? What's your nationality? Somebody came and asked you, or let's say you had to go to the doctor and they say, what's your ethnicity, Renee? What do you say? You say African American. Who else says African American? Raise your hand.
I just said Negro.
You said,
just Negro.
Ernie? Huh?
Just Negro.
You say Negro?
I say Native American.
Native American? You say what? You raise your hand, you say you know who you are. You say other?
Because I'm an Israelite.
You're an Israelite. Okay. So how do you, so she says she's an Israelite. You say African American, most of y'all. What does the word Africa come from?
Africa.
What was
Well, it come from white people.
Was that land always called Africa?
No.
What was it called? Very good, this part. The land of Canaan. Right? That's what it used to be called in biblical times. But what happened? Give me Psalms 49, verse 11. I'm going to show you what it was called, the entire continent. Because y'all say you're African American, right? There's 60 different countries in Africa.
Right.
There's 1,200 different dialects, meaning different languages.
Bring it out.
So which one do y'all come from?
Judah.
That's not a country in Africa.
Oh, Israel.
It used to be called Negro land, right? Watch this. Read it.
Psalm chapter 49, verse 11. Bring it out. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
This is talking about the so-called white man. It says his inward thought is that his house will remain forever. That's why he builds skyscrapers, right? Read on.
And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
What do they do?
They call their lands after their own names.
Keith, what did that say? Very good. They call their lands after their own name. So who conquered Africa? A man named Luio Scipio Africanus. You hear me, Renee? A man named Luio Scipio Africanus conquered Africa and named it what? Africa.
Right.
Because it used to be called the land of Ham after Noah, one of his sons. But now it's called Africa. And you say you're African American. So Africa comes from a white man. America comes from a man named Amerigo Vespucci. He was a navigator for Christopher Columbus.
Right.
Right? And then when they got to the land, they said, good job, you found it. Boom, we're going to call this America. So Keith, how could your nationality come from two white men? Is that possible? Renee, is that possible? That your nationality, the thing that you say you are, the thing that you say you come from, that it comes from two white men. Is that possible, Renee? Can two white men have babies and produce a black race?
No.
No. So are we really African Americans, Ernie?
I didn't say we was African Americans. I just said black.
You said Negro, right? So here, so some people say black, right? When we have something like that. So, Tom, can I take $500 and go down to the DTW airport and say, boom, take me to the nation of black, where they speak the language of black? Is that possible, Tom?
No.
No, because there is no such thing as the black nation.
That's right.
Black is a color.
Right.
Black is the color of this brother's pants.
Right.
Are we black? No, we different shades of brown.
That's right.
Right? So we're not, black is not a nationality, it's a label. When they say you're white and you're black, it's a color of one, but if you look around, you never see an actual white person.
That's right. Bring it out.
White really means pure.
They used to call them pale. During the biblical times, they called them pale.
No, they didn't call them pale in biblical times, they called them Esau.
Yeah,
Esau, right?
Means pale.
Means wasted away, it's just pigment, he has no pigment in his skin.
That's right.
So you said earlier, all right, what's your name again? I'm trying to remember. Josh, you knew you were Israelite since you were 11, right?
5.
So 5, right? What have you done with that knowledge?
I stopped using black labels. Well, I started using black labels. I stopped following pagan holidays.
Okay.
Not most of them. I started doing most of that. I stopped doing most of that black people will do.
What about you? You know you're Israelite, right? What have you been doing? What have you been doing with the knowledge of who you are?
Maybe special, but that's not spiritual. And so far, I don't eat pork. I eat the right thing.
Y'all listening to the sister? You heard? She's one step above y'all. Because some of y'all say you're African American, right? The fullness of it, some of y'all said Negro. The fullness of it is knowing who you are, where you come from, what your God expects of you.
That's right.
Right? The white man knows what his God expects. Death and destruction. Right. He carries that out every day.
That's right.
But the black man, we walk around these streets, especially in Detroit, not knowing who we are, not knowing what purpose we have.
Right.
And most of our people are depressed because they don't know who they are. So Taj, she knows she's an Israelite. Josh, he knows he's an Israelite. But some of us don't know. We have to get to that next step. So what have you been doing? You know you're Israelite, bro? You gotta fall. Come on.
Eating right.
Okay. Eating right meaning what? No pork?
No pork.
Shrimp?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't eat crab.
Okay. What else you been doing?
I know I'm supposed to wear a wrap around my head. Like, it's baby steps. I know what I'm supposed to do. And
Okay.
I can do better.
Daquan, you up?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
I see. We see you. We see you a while ago, right?
Yeah.
So what's up?
I changed the way I eat. I don't eat pork. I don't eat stuff like that. I grew my beard. I don't, I kind of keep it like lined up a little bit, but I don't trim it all the way off. I don't do as much shopping as I used to. I went a lot too long, so I stopped shopping on Saturday on 7th. The way I do my daily activities and stuff I do on the Sabbath is the way I eat, the way I carry myself, the things I participate in, the things I put my mind into, and one of the biggest things I do, I follow IUIC online. I got a thing for Bishop Nathaniel. I like to hear him speak. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, do something too. So I do kind of trying to dip myself in the sauce. I try to watch my ways. I got 6 sons.
Got 6 sons?
Yeah, and one daughter. Well, I got 5 sons and 2 daughters. So
daughters, got a lot of
7
kids.
kids. Yeah, so
They try to be a good
they
example.
follow, so they listen, they see me. So I try to change the way I be and the way I do things.
Very good.
Most importantly, though, I do read the Bible and stuff, but I gotta say I don't read the Bible by myself. I like to hear y'all read it now. Like, I like to follow along to the classes and stuff. And I used to watch and read and stuff.
Oh, pretty. Some of y'all are almost there. We got to talk to y'all. Taj, right? You better stay.
You gotta stay
Quan?
You gotta stay in it.
You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all 3. You said you're African American, right? Now, after hearing that,
They got reading precept.
knowing that African American is not really your nationality, reality. What is your real nationality? How do you know? You can look at the sign and see Jesus. You can look at the sign and see 12 tribes of Israel. But how do you know that that's who you are?
You gotta follow you gotta
That's for them. No, you know what I'm saying? Not yet. That's for these 2. How do you know? I can't hear you. You gotta follow God. What does that mean? If you look down the street, that building right there, you see that building? There's a woman on that wall that says Jacqueline. Jacqueline will tell you to follow God, but is Jacqueline really leading you the right way?
No.
Josh says no. So what does it mean to follow God? A lot of people tell you to follow God. What does really that mean? What do you think, Renee?
You gotta learn wisdom of them.
Huh? In the Bible?
Show yourself true.
That's true. What about you, Renee?
It's just knowing the understanding.
Knowing the understanding, okay. So, I'm gonna give you one scripture for these 2. Then I'm gonna deal with y'all.
Are y'all?
Y'all 3.
Okay.
Alright? Alright? Give me Deuteronomy 28:16. To get to the point. This is how we know it can prove who the Israelites are.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Right? The Israelites are not, when you look up Israelites on Google, it's not the people that Google says it is. Google says the Israelites are those people that are in front of the wall in Israel right now going like this. That's not an Israelite. Well, most of those people are Edomites. The Jews that are called Jews today, those are not Israelites.
That's right.
Those are not the true people.
Right.
Read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee.
When he says thee, he's talking to the Israelites, right? If you read Deuteronomy 1:1, the context of the chapter, it says Moses to the 12 tribes of Israel, right? So when he says, and the Lord shall do what?
And the Lord shall bring thee.
Bring thee, meaning bring the Israelites, read.
Into Egypt again.
Egypt means slavery. Y'all with me? Egypt means slavery. Because when we came to Egypt, right, with Joseph, if you know anything about biblical history, we became slaves over time. So Egypt is synonymous with slavery. Read on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
How did we get to America? Well, what? Well, what did the Bible just say?
Again with ships.
So how did we get to America? With ships, right? And when was this written? Was this written in the time we were enslaved? No. This is written at least 2,000 years before that.
So we was
Deuteronomy 28, 68. 68. Yeah, the chapter is 28, the verse is 68. Read it one more time for this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Slavery again. With what?
With ships.
Read on.
By the way, whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold.
You shall be what?
Ye shall be sold.
What happened when we got off the slave ships in America? We were sold as what?
Unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
We were sold to our enemies. For slave man and slave woman, read.
And no man shall buy you.
Buy you means no man shall redeem you. Have we been saved from this captivity? Are we not still in captivity as a people? Yeah, we are, right? So God said what? The Israelites will go into slavery on slave ships. And you'll be sold when you get off those slave ships in Virginia, in New York, at Wall Street. You will be sold to your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. And no man will save you out of the predicament that you're in. Who is that talking about? None other than us. You understand? So we have to understand who we are. Do you think your enemies will teach you the right way? No? Right, exactly, right? You think somebody that hates you, that wants to see you down, will teach you that you're the greatest thing to walk the earth? That there's no other greater people in God's eyes than the Israelites?
Right.
Do you think your enemies will teach you that? No. So you got to stop trusting the Caucasian News Network.
That's right.
That's CNN. You got to stop trusting the ABC network. It's all about Caucasians. You understand? Why? Because they're not going to teach you, thus saith the Lord.
That's right.
You got to get the understanding from your own people.
Right.
You understand? You with me, Renee? So you're not just African Americans. You're not just black. You're the Israelites.
That's right.
And you must wake up.
What?
Now, for those that know the Israelites, Josh, Quan, Todd, give me Sirach 41. One thing I'll say about y'all is that you have the knowledge, but you lost the second step. What's the second step?
Action.
Very good, Todd. Very good. The second step is action. Right? Y'all with me? You with me, Josh? You got the first step, which is the knowledge of who you are. But the second step is action. Read.
So chapter 41 and verse 14.
Bring it out.
My children, keep discipline and peace.
Keep what?
Keep discipline and peace.
Once you understand that you're the Israelites, like they have, you must start to be what? Disciplined. It's very easy to stop eating pork. Right? Right? Right, Josh? Very easy to stop celebrating holidays, very easy. But there's also laws that are harder. It might be a vice. One of those laws might be what? Wearing pants as a woman. Taj?
Wearing a wrap.
Wearing a head wrap. It's not hard to wear a head wrap, but putting on a dress might be difficult. Is it difficult? Okay. Okay, I don't know. Read.
My children, keep discipline and peace, for wisdom that is hid and a treasure that is not seen. What profit is in them both?
So what is the profit of knowing you're an Israelite, but not doing what God requires of the Israelite? Is there a profit in that, Josh? So you weren't even listening. What profit is it to know you're an Israelite, right? You said it earlier. To know you're supposed to do what God says but not do it. Is there a profit in that?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Right? Like the Quran? So we can't have the knowledge, we can't have the seal of God and not do it the right way. The right way is what?
We're following God, taking action.
What does that mean?
That means
That's a nice statement. What does that mean?
that means following the laws.
What does that mean for you?
For me, is following the laws. Do it. You got to do what He said.
What's today?
Huh?
What's today?
Saturday.
What is it according to God?
I don't know.
See what I'm saying?
Sabbath day.
Very good. It's the Sabbath, right? So he said following God, do what you're supposed to, right? So, but understand, let's start with Taj and work our way this way, okay? Alright? Alright, Jeff? You with me?
Yeah.
Alright, Taj. You said the head wrap was the difficult thing for you. Right? Right? Give me Psalm 19%. I'm going to show you something. The one thing we have to do is put away our own desires and our own understanding. Right? You have, hold on. 23? So you've had 23 years in this world of indoctrination. You might have family members that teach you certain things, but you have to understand, the Lord expects a certain conduct of an Israelite woman. You're an Israelite woman, correct, Tyler? So the Lord expects a certain conduct from you, right? And I'm going to show you that the conduct the Lord expects is not for the Lord's benefit. The Most High could raise up those cinder blocks right there to the Israelites. You know that? So the Most High doesn't make His laws for Himself. He makes His laws. Watch this.
Psalm chapter 19 and verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect.
It's what?
Is perfect.
So wearing a head wrap as a woman is a law of God. And guess what it is? Perfect. See that, Ty? So you got to get over that little misconception you got about the Lord's law.
That's right.
It's a good thing to, you should be decked out with a nice head wrap right now. That's good for you. Why? Read.
Converting the soul.
It converts the soul. Right now you're not converted. Based on the way you dress, based on some of the things you might do, you're not converted yet, right? Right? Same with the Quran, same with Josh. Paying attention, Josh? Now look off into the sky, bro. You're not converted yet. Same with y'all. Even ourselves, I'm not converted yet. It takes time, but it also takes what? Discipline. And that's what God expects, right? That's why we have to come out of these church doctrines. The doctrines that keep us down as a people. We have to remove that from our minds. So for you, Taj, give me 1 Corinthians 11. Let's show you why it's important for a woman to have a head wrap on. What's going on, bro? You know you're Israelite? Could you stay and listen for a second? I'm going to talk to you. So he says he knows he's an Israelite, right? You said it, right? Yeah. So Josh said it, the Quran said it, and so did Ty. With me? Renee, she's on the fence a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And my man Keith, he's with us. Y'all with us, right? Okay, come on. Read it.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So Daquan, who's your head?
Christ.
Christ. Very good. So our head as men is Christ. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Who's the head of the woman, God? Huh? Is it just your husband? No, it's the man. The righteous man.
That's right.
Not the nigga that's in the trap house dealing crack.
Right.
The righteous man. That's your head. Right? Right now, you have a dad, is he on the earth? You know him? Your father? You know him? He's deceased. Okay, it's okay. But your righteous man is your head. If you were in our congregation, we would be your head. Meaning what? Your protection, your direction. You understand? Read.
And the head of Christ is God.
The head of Christ is the Most High. That's how you know it's not a Trinity, like the Christian church says. Read. What's your name, sir?
Your name?
Yeah.
Michael.
Michael. Right now, Michael, you're in the midst of prophecy. Anytime we read the scripture, you're in the midst of prophecy. Now, what did it say?
Every man pray or prophesy, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
Who's your head, Daquan?
Christ.
Who's that man? Who's your head, Mike?
Right.
Christ. So when you have your head covered, when the Bible's being read, you're disrespecting Christ. Very good. Clap it up for this, brother. Very good. See, easy everything. You see what I'm saying? It's easy, right?
Oh, yeah.
So understand, every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonors his head. Let's see about the woman.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head.
You heard that? So that's the reason. I want to just understand you don't got nothing on your head right now, right? Right? Good try. Whatever. But you might not have known that. You might not have understood the weight behind it. A lot of times, like y'all with me? A lot of times you hear the scriptures in this Bible, but you don't understand the weight behind what God is saying.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.